listeners. It's Faith Turner coming to you from Granite City High School in Granite City, Illinois. This is episode 2 of the audio record, and the date is October 31st, 2018. This podcast has been brought to you by Granite High World. Today I'll be talking about lost silent films. I'm talking about lost films where the actual movie itself was lost, something that's much rarer to happen with our newer digital counterparts. It's baffling to think that a huge part of the world's cultural impact has gone so easily, and that a major activity of early 20th century pastime is partially erased from history, possibly for good. A lot of careers have been lost due to these films being gone. Theda Bara was one of the most famous actresses of the silent film era, but of the 40 films she made, only 6 survive. Big stars like Charlie Chaplin and Mary Pickford were able to keep their films intact, but for other silent film stars, many if not all their films are gone, especially if they didn't make a transition to talkies, more so what we know as movies today. One reason a lot of our films are lost is because during the silent film era, films were seen as disposable content. Most films were seen to have no value, especially after the rise of films with dialogue and Technicolor, so a lot of films companies simply got rid of the film to make room for their newer films being made. When these films were being thrown out, it didn't faze many film companies that these now-century films will be cherished and sought after. One film company even burned a large pile of films for a commercial to show for the public that they only show the latest films. Another reason we don't have films left is that the type of film used to make these old films was called silver nitrate. This is what was used to produce films in the 1880s until the 1950s, pushed out of the scene by Eastman Kodak's newer 35mm safety film. This silver nitrate film was very flammable, which if not stored properly could literally set on fire. Nitrate film is chemically unstable and can over time decay into a sticky mass or a powder. But some nitrate film in the 1890s is still in good condition today, while newer nitrate films were deemed unsalvageable when they were barely 20 years old. We've lost a lot of films from fault fires started by the silver nitrate films. Every single movie Fox made before 1932 was lost in a 1937 archive fire, and many films were destroyed in the MGM vault fire in 1967. Sometimes the films are even disposed of for the silver. And some films were disposed of for going against Nazi ideals. One example is a German LGBT silent film entitled Different from the Others. It's known to be the first pro-gay film in the world. The film about a music teacher and his student falling in love with a tragic ending was only printed in 40 copies. The Nazi Party ordered that only medical researchers and teams could watch the film, and even then wanted all the copies of the film to be disposed of. The Library of Congress estimates that about 70% of the 11,000 American silent feature films made from 1912 to 1929 are lost. So basically for every film we have, 6 are lost. But there's good news to all of this. There were films that were thought to be lost, like Metropolis and Frankenstein. These films were found in various places, allowing us viewers to enjoy for decades to come. These films hold up to the test of time, physically and for their entertainment value. We can only hope to have even more discoveries of thought-to-be-lost films. Thank you for tuning into the audio record. If you enjoyed today's podcast, head over to granitehighworld.com to gain access to our latest articles, podcasts, and much more.